Okay, another day, another time, another moment, and it is Legends of Nollywood. I know you've had all the hypes, you've had all the adverts, you've read in the newspaper, people have posted it on the YouTube, on the internet, on the Facebook, and somebody brought out a printout to me to say, you must do this. And I asked the person, why would I do it? Oh, you're wondering what we're doing. It is Legends of Nollywood. My name is Paul Obazele. Guess what I'm going to do today? Crazily, from nowhere, but directly to you because you asked for it. Mirror Boy! And the guy rudely came in from somewhere, harassing us all the way from London. Embarrassed every Nigerian, every black man in London. Sold out all the theaters. And I said, that is my brother, he's a Nigerian. My name is Paul Obazele. I have the producer, the director, the architect of Miracle here. You want to see him? Are you sure you want to see him? You want me to show him to you? Okay, don't touch your dial. Let me go to the market. I'll be right back.
The more reason you need to go home to discover who you really are. You might carry a British passport, darling, but your blood is Gambian.
In the process, a lot of things were revealed. There were revelations and intrigues and suspense.
Rest? You actually expect me to rest? Sergeant, my son is missing. Has been missing for 24 hours. There is no rest for me until I find him. Do you understand?
Please, I just need to speak with Njanko. He needs to help me find my son.
Njanko cannot be reached now. When you see the boy, come back and we'll talk again. We've got work to do.
Please, I just need 5 minutes with him.
No, you can't, stranger.
So many of you have come here as well, dressed in your finery. Everybody's getting paparazzi because you look so good.
Hello, people. Are you ready for the journey?
Legends of Nollywood, a celebration of Africans' best.
I hope I didn't delay you that long. You were itching. You want to see the guy. Somebody described him as a heartbreaker. Another person described him as a hunk. Somebody called him a true black man. And I was wondering, I said, I know this guy now. Why don't you give him all this kind of description? But truly, he's a true Nigerian who has the spirit called Nigeria. The producer, director, and the architect of Miracle.
This introduction passed me, you passed me. I don't break any heart, I don't break any heart.
No.
Which kind of hawk? That is my
the London show we had 2007. You were a dominant factor there. And people called, who is this guy? I said, I don't know the guy. But I don't know. I said, I don't know the guy. No, leave me.
I never said the word you not
not jealous. But the fact was that I was scared of what would have happened. So I left it at that. Then all of a sudden, a group of people called me again and said, we are seeing one promo. I said, I want Nigerian. I said, we'll be Nigerian. I said, the guy, they want to take out a theater. I said, which theater? They started calling names. I said, oh, I just told them, okay, they're my friend, they're my brother. Make me attend. I said, why am I not attend? They finished the show. Somebody called me and said, the guy fine sha. I said, the guy is down and out. He's been caught, so leave him alone.
Miracle don't scatter everything. You know, Miracle has been a wonderful journey. I started in 2005 when I wrote the script for the Miracle.
Okay.
And you know, we shot the film in Gambia last year in June, and CNN picked up us picked us up on their radar, and we had this interview on CNN, and since then, a simple project has taken over my life. I've not done anything since then. I've not been able to breathe or sleep without a mirror boy, and I consider myself very lucky to have dabbled onto that project.
Dabbled onto that project. What informed? Wait. What informed Mirror Boy? Why Mirror Boy?
You see, a lot of Nollywood films are made from the perspective of an adult. You know, we don't make children's films. Not enough though. So one of the initial principles was to make a film from an adult, from a young person's point of view, perspective. The second was to try and explore the living in the UK and bringing up a son who's 8 now in the UK. At school, he's a British boy. At home, he's a Nigerian.
Whoa.
That's
I can tell you the experience. I have some experience.
That's a recipe for identity crisis, and a lot of them suffer from that. So the idea was to try and tell this story that looks at the disconnect between Africans born in Africa like myself, that are now living in the UK or maybe still living in Africa, and those that are born in the diaspora, and how they see African continent as a taboo subject and do not want to be identified as being Africans. He called them African boy in the playground, the fight ensued. So it's to try and deal with that kind of identity crisis by telling the story of this little boy who comes back to Africa and goes missing on his 7th day. Sometimes to discover yourself you have to be lost. This guy got lost and he discovered himself.
Great. Got lost and he discovered himself. Wait. We did Across the Niger once upon a time, 2007.
Yes.
That metamorphosed into the Nigerian road show.
Yes.
And I knew you yourself and Kenneth, as at that time, were dominant factors in audio that orchestrated that feat to be performed.
It's one of the things that I look back on and I say, we have to continue to dare. We have to continue to raise our head above the parapet and say, we are a people, we are not afraid of your boundaries and the barriers that you put up for us. And we were a bit afraid, I must use the word, afraid to step out of our comfort zones and get into the West End, which is where the headquarters of entertainment is in the UK. But with Across the Niger, that showed at Odeon West End in Leicester Square, it kind of told us, you know, we belong here. We are a people, we make good films. They might not be as expensive as those Hollywood films, but they come from the heart, which is why the whole of Africa, the whole world has taken us to heart. You know, so we should dare and aim high and be ambitious and bring our film for the world to see. So following on that, you know, I draw a lot of inspiration from E03's Across the Niger, Kingsley Ogoro's Across the Niger, that showed the reception he had, the whole showbiz night and event that happened outside, the red carpet, everything.
Great, it was great.
Wonderful, wonderful evening. And I said, no, this shouldn't be a one-off, this should be a regular. And unless somebody else there, because that was sponsored, that was a sponsored event. I think it was sponsored by the state governor of Imo State at some point.
No, it was a federal government thing. I know. Jeez.
Anyway, it was sponsored. But we wanted to make a commercial one, the one that should be able to pay for itself, or at least pay for the bulk of the money that was spent in making it. And I felt with the exposure that we had on CNN and all the reactions we're getting from people online, from our website and on Facebook, I felt this might be the project to kind of push the boundaries again. So we went to Leicester Square, which is a beautiful square, or we went up a little bit to a slightly more prestigious cinema, the Odeon in the Empire.
Whoa!
The Empire of Leicester Square. At first, they refused. They said, no, you know, African film, no.
You know, I
said, why? No. I said, why? And they said, no. Okay, what format do you have it on? I said, we have it on a DCP. The DCP is the digital cinema print, which is the digital form of carrying a film, just like celluloid. And I said, okay, can we have a look? I said, you don't need to have a look. I'll give it to the census board, and they have a look. They give you a certificate. If it's good enough to show, they will tell you it's good enough to show. in the end, you know, they found that, you know, we were obstinate, we were stubborn, we knew what we wanted, we knew the law, we knew our rights, and they relented. So on that day, they were half expecting us to fail. They said, why don't you take a 300-seater, being the first? I said, no. What's that big hall? The big hall is 1,400 people. I want that one. He said, it's a Tuesday, it's a Thursday. How are you going to sell out? I said, forget it's Thursday, forget it's Monday. My people are going to come and they're going to fill this hall to the brim. To tell you the truth, 2 weeks before the event, we sold out.
Oh, don't let it out again. That was supposed to be my question because I knew I got that information that people who initially called a bluff, all of a sudden we're looking for tickets.
Yes.
Because I knew some Nigerians actually called me to say, you are the president of the Association of Movie Producers. This thing is preparing in London. We need you to give a nod to us getting tickets. I said, excuse me, it's a private affair. He's my member. Yes, there is a private thing, and I will not even want to use an executive fiat. I called my cousin and I said, bros, I beg you, just blessing her. Now hype is going to high. Let me check whether I can buy this ticket. You did it online.
So they said nobody will buy it online. And I said if the marketing is right and the product is right and the promotion is right, people that walk up Visa cards, they will buy online. If it's a reputable online site that sells tickets, they will buy online. They buy tickets for Beyonce online. So why wouldn't they buy to watch a Nigerian film online? We're not charging an arm and a leg, we're charging between £20 and £40. By God, they went out and they bought online. We had, because, you know, we were being balancing, you know, we wanted to have it available in those shops that sell food and restaurants and stuff like that, so that people that don't have the cards can still buy it. And that was our problem. Because we could not monitor how many people were buying from there, we sold more tickets than we had seats for. So in the end, there were people sitting in the corridor, the queue went around the block 6 months.
I even heard the offline you had, most of those vendor shops ran out of tickets.
Are you TJ's mum?
Yes, I am TJ's mom. Why?
Dumbo, can you speak English?
Look at him. Look what your little tramp did to my son.
TJ did that to you?
Say my name! TJ! No! TJ!
Can we come in, please?
Tijan will unfortunately be leaving us soon.
You are African and you should be proud of it.
I'm British, not Gambian.
You need to go home to discover who you really are.
This is Tijan Jacobs. He is missing since morning.
What do you want from me? I ain't going anywhere.
Sergeant, my son is missing.
Somebody help me!
Spilling your own blood once may be forgiven.
You're invisible or something. I'm the only one that can see you in it.
Banish them.
We cannot do that. The boy has the mark on his chest.
Legends of Nollywood, a celebration of Africa's best.
24th of February this year, it was the turning point in and even say, go as far as saying my life as a filmmaker. Because we invited the powers, you know, the executives from Odeon, from View, from other cinema chains in the UK. Not just to come and say this is the best film coming out of Nollywood. No, to come and say this is the audience we have. This is our people. You know, if they paid a premium to come and watch a film like this in Leicester Square, it means that they can pay a normal cinema ticket to go watch it elsewhere. So give us an opportunity.
Amazingly, we found out that it was not Nigerians or blacks, as it were. It was a mix, a potpourri of people.
Yes.
And we were tricked by that.
I think the subject matter of the film is coming of age, the rite of passage, you know, identity crisis, and most people that are bringing children up in the diaspora can identify with it. So when we opened the Odeon cinema, I saw Indians and Chinese who would come, and they understood it. In fact, there's I'm speaking with a film company in India who want to make an adaptation of the Miracle.
They sent me a bill to talk to you.
I think Nollywood needs collaboration. I think we've driven it organically by ourselves up to a certain point where we've become number 2 in the world, be it in quantity. But to try and get to number 2 or number 3 or even number 10 in terms of quality, we probably need to start spreading out and identifying and collaborating and liaising with slightly more established film industries. Like Bollywood is very well established. I was in India for 2 months. I was taken aback by the followership they have. For me to get into the cinema, which I did because I was bored every day, I had to book a week in advance. Because every screen, no matter the film, is sold out. And these were across the city, maybe about 10 cinemas in that area where I was. Every night it was sold out. So with that kind of audience, and it's all 99.9% indigenous content, with that kind of audience, with that kind of people, with that kind of generation, even if they pay 1 naira, as a filmmaker, you will make a lot of money. Which is why they're living like Hollywood stars now, because internally making good money and then they're exporting it to the world also. This is what we have to keep doing. Make films that appeal to the world, make them work here because they have to work in our constituency. If they don't work here, they wouldn't have the stamp of approval to go to the world.
No, Obi, I totally agree with you. Yes, there was once upon a time in the history of this country where we had cinemas. I can tell you across board, the places like a Penn Cinema, so a film like Domitila, for example, made so much money from cinema. It was done by Zeb Iju. And I know along the line we have so many cinema outlets, most especially in Lagos. And unfortunately, during the Abacha regime, the insecurity came in and people were threatening, yeah, people stopped going out at night, and the lights of the National Theatre started falling. Global cinemas, lots of them, Ben Cinema, they turned them into churches. Yes. Those cinematic seats are still there, and I also know that we can come in. But the issue is the average filmmaker should be able to, as it were today, be able to make a statement in terms of pictures and in terms of sound. If you talk about stories, yes, the world has come to understand that
we can tell stories.
We can tell stories. Great storytellers. In terms of pictures, the likes of you and some other people who have dared to graze or bear the card to say we are going to cinema have been able to prove that yes, our pictures are great. Yes. And the likes of you who have been able to say, right outside the fact that we tell good stories and we have good pictures, we also have great sound people. So it goes a long way to say, shoot it like you said, indigenously, and let that government, as it were, it's direct challenge to them. Let them activate the local cinemas they have, and by so doing, they would have been able to create employment. People, they would have been able to take people's mind off societal ills and evil, as it were.
Give them somewhere to go.
Yes, give them somewhere to go to have fun. Every family today is cooked up, tensed up, because husband and wife, they come back, they meet themselves from offices, they meet themselves at home. Rather than express themselves in offices, they express themselves at home, and they beat up their wives. Yes. And the wife beat up the husband. Beat up, yes, vice versa, whatever thing. But if they come back and they call, like for example, I call my wife Baby, for example, and I call her and say, hey, what you do? I go to social theater, catch me up there. She comes in, and we hang out together. Whatever problems or pressure she has at work, it dies out there. We come back together. Yes, I mean, it has eluded us. We used to have that once upon a time in this country.
It is coming back. I think that the likes of Silverbirds took the gamble and they did it on a scale that is not within everybody's remit, but at least it started.
No, but we have been able to sign an agreement with Silverbird, for example, Association of Film Producers, to say let us partner, and they have agreed. The same thing with the National Theatre. We just finished our last meeting with them. Today is what day? This is August. We have August 10th, and yesterday we finished with the MD of National Theatre. Is the MD of DG now of National Theatre? We've been able to finish that, and agreements have been signed. The fact still remains that like my challenge and my take to government, and I say it every time. I know the president will be listening to this. He's my president. I will tell him, create an enabling environment for me.
He would say he's given to 200 million that is completely inaccessible.
No, I will not agree to that. The 200 million is that it is accessible. But the fact is that I don't know if anybody has it is accessible. The fact is that there are conditions. We must meet the conditions, and the Association of People Producers have been able to do that. I am not discussing that here now. However, the only thing I am calling for, and we are saying, Legends of Nollywood is saying, is Mr. President, give us an enabling environment. What is the enabling environment? Let our cinemas work. How would they work? There are cinemas that have been built by individuals. There are issues that are there. If these individuals can be able to access one or two things and beat down and create a security nationwide, or most especially in areas we know that are hybrid, like Lagos, like Port Harcourt, like Benin, like Kaduna, like Abuja, where people can watch cinemas up to 11 p.m. They would have been able to create lots of employment for people. Yes. And I know the president is a listening man. I know the president has a fear of God. I know he has a large heart to accommodate our nuisances. And I know he means well for the government. And I know there's no government that can make any meaningful move or statement without the filmmakers.
Yes. And I think the biggest advert for Nigeria is Nollywood. No, even if we took out advert in every international media to try and celebrate Nigeria, we cannot achieve half of what Nollywood. A bunch of individuals, some of us accuse us, some people accuse us of being untrained and making stereotypical movies, but those stereotypical movies have put Nigeria on the map. They've done more PR work than any PR agency in the world can do. And all we're asking for is a bit of support. Just create the enabling environment. Build the cinemas, make it safe, build studios, give us soft loans and access to finance, and make it easy for us to recoup our money back by putting in place structures for marketing and distribution. If they do that, then they should just let the industry go. The industry has employs more people than Nigerian Navy, for argument's sake.
Hi, my name is Patience. Also, I am popularly known as Mama G. G for General. General in London, General in Africa, General in America, General in all the special joints around. I still remain the only woman that knows how to enjoy herself. And my legs are ever strong on the ground, giving back. For now, I am hanging out with Paul Babazeli on Legends of Nollywood. Cheerio!
Legends of Nollywood, a celebration of Africans' best.
Well, let's do this. The tradition of Legends of Nollywood is this. Okay, whether you like it or not, you've had you have large followership and lots of people who want to be like you. You have your team fans. We would like you to say something to your fans. We would like you to say something to Nigeria as a nation. We would like you to say something to Nigerians as a people.
Okay, to fans of Nollywood, I don't think I have a fan club. People would appreciate what I do and move on to the next thing that comes along, and I see it that way. So the supporters of Nollywood, I would say, give us time. And to Nigerians, I would say Nigerians are the most blessed, the most gifted, the most graceful, and the most honorable people in this world. No matter what they say, no matter what paint, what brush they mark us with, we will remain proud, we will remain committed to this great country, and better they come, better they come, better they come. I just love what you said, the description you gave to Nigerians. Ladies and gentlemen, I honestly, sometimes I fall short of words. I do not know what to say, but when I have greater men like this coming to talk about Nigerians, talking from the perspective that they've been to the two ends of the world and they found out that there's no place like home. I will urge you today, as a great Nigerian, as a creation of the Almighty God, not to think less of yourself, not to allow the people who tell you that you are nothing make you believe you are nothing.
No. I know the Bible tells me that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. I know that's a scripture that supports me on greatly. I know that you are not a mistake. I also know that by the time you're created, God has given you a name and He has called you by name to Himself and said, you are mine. And so why would somebody talk you out of your destiny? Why would somebody talk down on you? Why would somebody make you believe that you do not have potentials and you do not have credibilities to be a great Nigerian and a great personality? You are. No. You are. You are created for a purpose. It is from Nigeria that soccer will come. It is from Nigeria that great men and women will come. It is only Nigeria that can redefine this world. I don't care what you say about people. I don't care what you say about leadership. The fact still remains that if you do not pray for the leaders of this nation, they will fall into the hands of the enemy. And who is the enemy? The devil. It is stated that the devil has come to kill, to steal, and destroy. It is also stated that he's looking for somebody to devour. And therefore, if you do not put them in constant remembrance, they will fall short. I am not a preacher. My name is Paul Obazele. It is Legends of Nollywood. And because we are the people who once upon a time decided to turn the histories of this country around to make people understand what we are and the potentials we have been given to by the Almighty God. I will preach this constantly for us to love this nation, for us to fear the Almighty God, and for us to love our wives. And because you are one of my friends, I will tell you to do these three things. And if you do not do it, nobody else will do it for you. Remember, that evil you want to do will fall back on you, and the laws of the land will catch up with you. My name is Paul Obazele. It is Legends of Nollywood. Till I come your way, same time, same station. Next week, that evil you want to do, don't do it. Bye-bye.
Legends of Nollywood.
Legends of Nollywood.
Legends of Nollywood.
Legends of Nollywood. Legends of Nollywood.
Legends of Nollywood.
Legends of Nollywood.
Legends of Nollywood.
Legends of Nollywood. Legends of Nollywood.
Legends of Nollywood.
Legends of Nollywood.
Legends of Nollywood.
Legends of Nollywood. Legends of Nollywood.
Legends of Nollywood.
Watch Legends of Nollywood and celebrate the pioneers of this great industry that has brought so much joy and so much happiness to the lives of many millions of people in Nigeria.
Legends of Nollywood, a celebration of Africans' best.